What's going on, guys? This is the Storm Cooper. How's it going, dudes and dudettes? We are going to be carrying on in Ithril City, I believe it's called, from our last video. In our last video, you probably saw me saying sorry a lot for missing a couple of bosses. Really sorry about that. Was really gutted about it too. Just the footage turned out really good as well, so it's just a shame that that's the way it goes. So here we are anyway. We are, I believe, in, let me just check out a bonfire right here. Yeah, Central Ithril. Um, and we're going to be going towards our next boss, and that's going to be Yorm the Giant. Now, I think you can also go to the Devourer of Gods boss here as well from this point, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go straight to Yorm this time. Right, as you approach this area, there are some items around. I believe there is one back here by this tree. No, I'm wrong. Oh no, here it is. There are quite a few nice items around here. There are some quite tough enemies, and if this is your first journey through, this is going to be really quite difficult. These guys, they're really awkward in their swaying. They're very slow, that's the issue. In a weird way, you'd think it wouldn't be, but because they're so slow in their movements, it's almost like they're dancing. And it's kind of like beautiful animations, but they are seriously difficult, and they can be quite a pain. My advice to you is, as soon as you get the opportunity where you've realised that they've missed, that's when you go and really attack them. Try and get them caught in a stagger pattern, stuff like that. But in the meantime, you know, they are vulnerable to backstabs as well. If you can get behind them and hit them like that as well, that's always good. But just like that, I mean, that one landed so well. I'm really happy with the way that one landed. Let's get him dealt with, refill my health, and then try and get behind this guy for another backstab on him. They do have, as you just saw there, like kind of like a sorcerer's sword attack. There we go, right back there with the backstab. As you'll notice with a lot of the enemies in this game, quite a few of them are vulnerable to backstabs, and definitely go for them. Not only because you do more damage, but for the sole fact that when you do that kind of damage, it does stun them, they go onto the floor or whatever. That gives you plenty of time to either refill your health, let your stamina regrow, and stuff like that. It gives you plenty of time to get away from them if you need to. You know, don't be silly with your fighting ability. Don't take unnecessary risk where there doesn't have to be taken. So at this stage, you're going to have a few guys up here just to the right side, and you're going to have some enemies over to your left. You want to stick over to the right side so that the enemies on your left won't be noticed, and so that you can just take out these guys on the right. These guys are going to be like a 2 hits for me, don't know how many for you. And then we can pick up this item right here, which is a budding green blossom, which I believe is a lot like a green blossom. It just gives you even more stamina regen, or over a faster time period or something like that. Right, so what are we going to be doing now? I was just checking something out here on the stairs quick. I believe there is a certain point you can jump just on this railing, and it can kind of take you under the map. I haven't done it myself yet. I was just curious to if it was actually a real thing. Not going to be carrying on with that anyway. It was literally just a curiosity thing. Now, with these big guys, these guys are really tough. They've got really good attacks. These little guys here, we're just going to quickly take these guys out. But these big guys, they've got really strong attacks, but they're quite weak. So that's when you want to like take advantage. Get them in a staggering pattern. Right. For some reason, it keeps me taking me over to him. And there we go. He managed to catch me on the end there. They do a lot of damage. Be very aware of that. But again, they're quite weak, so you can get rid of them quite easy. Right, I just picked up a blood gem. I think that's the first one I've ever picked up, so that's kind of cool. Might look into infusing that into a weapon after we take on some... You know what, I think after Yorm the Giant anyway, I'll be going back to Firelink Shrine. I think at that point I'll probably make a little video just on infusing and like upgrading some of my weapons, because I've got quite a nice little collection now. Wouldn't mind doing something fun with it. Right, so yeah, I believe there is another item over here. It's quite hard to see because of the snow, but let's carry on. We've got another fire guy up here. Again, they're not too bad as long as you take your time with them. Try and dodge their attacks as best as you can, and basically just go for the backstab. If they, actually, I can't remember if these guys are too big to backstab. Either way, they're quite weak and they're quite vulnerable when it comes to the staggering pattern. As you can see here, they're staggering at every single hit I hit them with, and that gives me plenty of time to get him killed without taking any damage. Large Titanite shard there, always handy. He didn't drop anything like the other one. I think I got some nice Firewatch gauntlets from the other one. These guys have got these horrible ranged attacks. They're fucking brutal. As you can see, these guys have got such a slow but kind of graceful, elegant attacks. As you probably saw earlier, they are extremely difficult to go up against when it's two at a time. I will say that. They're very awkward. Ah, he carried on. Ah, that is unfortunate. 2 misses, and he's just slapping me up right now. As you can see, their attacks are just like incredibly fast, really big range cover. Just gonna try and get behind him here. Ah, that's unfortunate. This is really unfortunate because I'm definitely hitting him here, but it's just not connecting. They move so fast sometimes as well. It's only those big slow attacks that you can really get in there with. They can give you frostbite damage, but I don't think that's a lot of damage. We did miss an item back here, so at least they brought us back to that. This is more souls, more for leveling up. So we're just going to take out this guy now. One-on-one, these guys are a piece of piss, but when there's 2 of them, with those long attacks, as soon as they get you in like a pattern where they can kill you, you are just going to die a lot of times. So definitely be very wary of that. This guy's taking his time just to attack in general. There we go. Boom. And that's him dead. So, as you can see, they're very vulnerable to backstabs. I did almost like... You can do almost literally all of their health in one hit, which is awesome. Okay, let's quickly get this. Nice little bit of twinkling titanite. Loving that, because I definitely need some. So that's always handy. I can hear like a little growling around here. Where's that from? Oh. It looks like there's some... Oh, I believe this is near the beginning of the map. You know, I've never actually explored this area. I think I might make it a little bit of a personal mission to explore this area because it's taken me quite a lot of time to, and I still haven't. So, you know what? I think as a part of the videos, I'm going to carry on and explore those types of areas. I can't see a way of getting down there quite yet. Yeah, I can't see a way at this moment in time, but we're definitely going to be coming back to that. For sure. See if we can get through there from this left-hand turn here. No need to go straight on because we want to catch a nice checkpoint just up these stairs. And you guys should know by now that checkpoints and bonfires are so important. So let's quickly grab our checkpoint and then feel a little better about knowing we are checkpointed in. Right, so... actually, I'm not going to end the video quite yet. I just want to explore this little area before we go into the next video where we'll be picking off probably from that bonfire. So we got to here. Good luck, it says. I think that's a sarcastic comment in the fact that there's no illusionary walls here. I'm just checking. If you guys are curious about illusionary walls, basically every now and again you will find a wall that you can hit and you can go through it. It will just like fade away. They usually hold something like an item behind them or something like that, so that's quite handy. I believe there is an item up these stairs as well. I believe you can actually drop down from something later in the game, but I don't know where from, so I'm going to look into that later as well. You know what? To be honest, I really should explore this place a lot more. I haven't much, so I should do it more. So let's get that then. Alright, so I'm going to end the video here, guys, and we're going to be coming back to this a little bit later. So yeah, let's end the video here and we'll carry on from this point.